You know, whenever you're thinking about time that you could spend with your family, I really want you to come around and think about all the time that you could spend listening to the Big Mouse House on podcasts.
Beautiful.
You're welcome.
Oh, get ready, everybody. Here we go. Welcome to the fun. It's the Big Mouse Show. Step right up. Let me tell you what's the scoop. Jamie, Carter, Sam. Welcome to our crew. Magic in the air. Gonna raise the sound. Mensa active games where the smiles abound. Disney dreams alive. Oh, we're on a quest with our family vibes. We're truly blessed. From the rankings to the laughs, it's the ultimate ride. In the Big Mouse House, let's enjoy the vibe. In the Big Mouse House, we're living the dream with games and laughs.
Hey there, adventurers. Welcome to the Big Mouse House. I'm the Big Mouse, and I'm here with my two co-hosts, Carter and Sam. Guys, say hello.
Bonjour.
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 We're ready to travel the world without even leaving the state of Florida.
What?
Because today, we're diving deep into EPCOT's World Showcase, and I mean deep. We're not just talking about where to get the best drinks or which pavilion has the shortest bathroom line, although, to be honest, that information is quite valuable. Today, we're going to uncover some secrets, the hidden gems, the stories that most people walk right past because they're too busy trying to make it to their next dining reservation, or they may be drinking a little bit too much around the world. So, we've all been there. We all love it. Here's the thing, World Showcase is so much more than just a place to eat or drink around the 11 countries. There's real history there, real culture, real stories, and some absolutely wild secrets that even annual pass holders may not even know about. So we're going to talk about some countries that made it to the World Showcase. We're going to talk about some that almost made it but didn't. We're busting myths that have been floating around the Disney community for years, and we're going to take you on a deep dive into all the countries where we'll show you exactly what you've been missing. And that, Sam and Carter, is exactly why we're doing this episode, because the World Showcase rewards the curious. It rewards people who slow down, who look up, who wander down the side alleys and ask questions. And by the end of today's episode, you're going to know more about the World Showcase than 95% of the people walking through those gates. So no pressure. Whether you're planning your first trip to EPCOT, or you're an annual pass holder who thinks you've seen everything, or you're just a Disney nerd who loves learning about Imagineering and theme park history, this episode is for you. We've got games and we've got challenges. So grab a snack, preferably something international, get comfortable, and let's take a trip around the world. Welcome to the Big Mouse House.
And now, our feature presentation.
Before we get into this, what's the correct way to enter the World Showcase?
It depends on where and what time. There's a lot of rate limiting factors, if you will. Do you already have lightning lanes scheduled in either Norway or France?
Mm-hmm.
If
Meaning
you do,
Remy's and Frozen.
Yeah, Remy's and Frozen. If you do, then that's a rate limiting factor for you.
Yeah.
Otherwise, if you are coming from the front of the park, I think the correct way to enter is through Mexico.
I agree.
That is the correct way.
But if you're coming in the back through the International Gateway, then why would you not just start in the UK, Canada, and France, and then go all the way around to Mexico? So I've done both. The easiest way for me is Mexico all the way to the other side.
Right. The theory there, and we don't want to get too bogged down into this, but yeah, if you're going to try to rope drop Remy and Frozen, you got to come in through the International Gateway.
Yep.
If you're not rope dropping that, or you don't have lightning lanes for that early in the morning, there's no need to go back there, because the majority of the World Showcase is not really open until probably 10:30, 11 o'clock.
Open, you can walk through it,
right?
But the shops,
the restaurants,
none of that's open.
Right. And so it's very limited back there unless you're just going to those two countries, or unless you have a dining reservation or breakfast reservation somewhere back in
Akershoes or something.
Yeah, into the World Showcase. But if you're just casually strolling in, you got to go left to Mexico. It's a long way around there. And I think a lot of people don't understand just how big the World Showcase is. It's
over 1.2
massive.
miles.
There you go. All the way around?
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. Well, Sam, tell us about the history of the World Showcase. We were kind of talking about this last night. I don't know that I've ever heard the official story. I don't know if this was a vision of Walt, or if this was something afterthought. Educate us.
It's showtime. Oh, it's time.
Well, there's a lot of different stories on what the original idea about it is. But we got to start with, it opened in 1982. World Showcase opened in 1982.
So it opened when EPCOT opened.
Right, when EPCOT opened. Now, it was inspired by Walt Disney's, one of his ideas of having a permanent World Fair at his EPCOT, at his experimental prototype Community of Tomorrow, right? It originally featured only 9 nations. What 2 nations, kata, were not in the original 9?
I'm going to say Morocco.
Yep.
And Italy.
Norway.
I almost said Norway.
Yeah, Morocco was definitely not either. Well, now another way that we could really trace this back is to 1955, back to Disneyland. There was a proposed international street that was going to be behind Main Street USA with some specific things with other countries.
In Disneyland.
Okay. That did not come to fruition. In 1956, there was a larger international land that was proposed. Remember, Walt Disney had a bunch of ideas, right? He's always spitting out ideas, and he definitely wanted something with other countries. So international land was going to be European themes. There was going to be a Rivers of Europe boat ride, and that was canceled. And they ended up just putting the Matterhorn in, the Matterhorn bobsleds in. Yeah, crazy. So, like I said, the International District was incorporated into the original EPCOT city plan. It was going to be a central hotel with a surrounding stuff around, with the international, with the countries. Now, after Walt Disney's death, the whole, obviously, EPCOT idea changed. And the International District was repurposed into a second theme park. Now, that theme park was actually going to be really close to Magic Kingdom originally, and it was going to be placed near the Seven Seas Lagoon.
Okay. Makes sense.
By the Ticket and Transportation Center. Did you know that?
No, I did not.
Crazy. But something happened in 1976. Energy crisis.
Jamie was born.
The Big Mouse was born that year.
1976. Big year for everybody. But that was the year of the big energy crisis. Oil and gas was too expensive.
Okay.
Also, if you have ever heard one of our podcasts, one of the original ones, Carter gave us shocking information about Epcot that we didn't know.
Okay.
It was built on a what, Carter?
It was built on a sinkhole.
There was some sinkhole worries.
Oh, wow.
Around the Ticket and Transportation
Y'all
Center.
mocked me.
Yeah, we did. But this energy crisis and sinkhole concerns caused Disney to merge the World Showcase with Future World, and then they made it into a single park, and they named it after Epcot.
Okay.
Is what, again, all the stories are a little different, but that's the main big thing, right? In 1977, Epcot began to take on its modern form, and the World Showcase was being arranged around a central lagoon, and each pavilion was reflecting authentic national architecture.
How about that?
So there's your kind of history lesson on the World Showcase.
Cool. Great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good job.
All right, Carter and Sam, got a pop quiz for you. How many countries are in the World Showcase right now?
That'd be 11.
That is correct. But here's the thing that's going to blow your mind.
Tell
World
me.
Showcase was originally supposed to have way more countries.
Yep.
We're talking Spain. We're talking Russia,
Whoa.
Israel, and even an entire Equatorial Africa pavilion.
That's right.
Today, we're diving into countries that almost were, and trust me, some of those stories are wild. Let's start with one of the most obvious ones for me personally is Spain. Spain was in serious development in the 1980s. The pavilion was supposed to sit between France and Morocco. Plans included a restaurant with dancers and a replica of a very famous Spanish plaza. So what killed it? As with many things, money. The Spanish government couldn't agree on funding, and corporate sponsors backed out left and right. Carter, imagine if you can get even more churros in Epcot right there in Spain.
It'd been pretty cool because I've been to Spain. That's the only country I've been to other than America and Canada. And so I think it'd been cool to like kind of see that. Haven't seen the real thing.
Right.
But
to compare it. You could still see where Spain would have gone. There's a very large gap in that area. But what could have been, Sam?
Well, they got a food cart.
They do.
So they've got that going on.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it'd have been cool. I feel like that would have been a really, really great place for like. I know that Germany has the little soccer expedition guys.
Yeah,
that'd be an awesome place for some soccer stuff.
Thinking.
But I mean, with that gap, I mean, maybe a new country at some point. Yeah. Come on, Spain.
Next up, Israel. This one gets a little complicated, and honestly, it's a masterclass in why theme parks sometimes avoid certain topics. Israel was proposed in the late 1970s and early 80s. It would have featured Jerusalem architecture, Middle Eastern cuisine, and cultural exhibits. And here's where it got sticky. Disney was worried about political protest and controversy. Remember, this was going on during the Middle East tensions in that time frame. Sam, how would you even begin to represent a country with such complex modern politics in a theme park?
Yeah, I actually read about this last night as well. One of the ideas was them just put a big old menorah as like their big architecture. And
Gotcha.
Man, I think that's sticky right there with multiple religions in that area. I think probably not having an Israel was probably the smart thing to do.
Yeah.
It would have been bold for sure to do it, just as bold as it would have been to do like the USSR or Russia.
Right.
You know?
Right. So Disney ultimately agreed with you, Sam, and decided the risk wasn't worth the reward. And it's a reminder that the World Showcase isn't there just about architecture and food. It's about diplomacy too. So speaking of that, let's move on to Russia, or the USSR as it was back then. This was another one that was seriously considered in the late 1970s during the planning of EPCOT. It would have featured St. Basil's Cathedral replica and Russian cuisine. But guys, remembering what was happening in this time.
The Cold War.
Cold War, Reagan versus Gorbachev, Rocky IV. The U.S. and Soviet Union weren't exactly
The big
buddies.
things that were happening at that time.
So Disney was going to put on a Soviet pavilion in an American theme park during the Cold War. Well, they tried to, but American public opinion was, let's say, not great about celebrating the Soviet culture at that moment. And by the time the Cold War ended, the funding and interest had dried up.
These aren't the droids you're looking for.
Moving on, one that's
Froze.
going to surprise you, Venezuela. Proposed in the 1980s during the Venezuela oil boom, the country had money and wanted to showcase their culture. They were going to include Angel Falls and Latin American cuisine, which would have been a big hit. But what happened? As Sam alluded to earlier, oil prices crashed in the 80s. Venezuela's economy tanked, and suddenly they couldn't afford a World Showcase pavilion anymore, which is kind of sad. And it also shows how World Showcase is a snapshot of geopolitical economic power at any given time. Last one, Equatorial Africa. This one's probably the most interesting failure to me out of all of them. Not a single country, but a regional pavilion representing multiple African nations would have featured diverse African architecture, art, and cuisine, which I feel like they've accomplished a lot with Animal Kingdom now.
Yeah.
But here's the problem Disney ran into. How do you represent an entire continent of 54 countries without making it feel like a stereotype? Or Disney didn't want to create a generic Africa that erased distinct cultures. Funding from African nations didn't materialize. It would have taken incredible care, consultation with actual African cultural experts, and a willingness to make specific rather than generic, and it just wasn't worth them for them, so they decided not to. So here's my challenge for you guys. Carter and Sam, you each get to pitch one country that should be added to the World Showcase in 2026. I'll give you about a minute to rattle it off. Tell me what country, what signature attraction or experience you'd put there, maybe a must-food item, and an architectural centerpiece. What do you got, Sam? I see you nodding your head.
Well, the first thing that came to my mind, which is it's going to be an Animal Kingdom, was Colombia and doing the Madrigal house.
Okay.
The
That's
casita.
exactly what I was thinking.
You know, I was like, that would have been perfect. I think a lot of people had that idea, but since it's going to be an Animal Kingdom, I can't really use it. But that was the first thing that came to my mind.
Okay.
Was Colombia, and I'm just trying to think of another country that really has a really good relationship with the U.S. right now. You know, I could see there being a really, you know, one of those Eastern European countries, you know, Czech Republic or any of those. Poland would be a good one. But I would not be shocked if they did something with Ukraine, especially with everything going on in the world.
Sure.
They could find a Ukraine one and do that pretty well.
Very good. Carter?
I was thinking the same thing. Like what they're doing at Dino Land, they should just do that in Animal Kingdom or in the World Showcase. I think it'd be cool to do Brazil.
Yeah,
That's
Brazil
great.
would be a good one.
That's
You
great.
could have a Chrysler Redeemer statue
Yeah.
overlooking everything.
You could have a Brazilian steakhouse.
The yeah, and the
Oof, I
the
mean,
Carnival
yeah,
aspects. I think there's so much going on in Brazil. I think that'd be a good place.
that's
to,
a good one. Argentina wouldn't be bad either.
That's good.
I think you could combo them somehow.
Oof, they wouldn't like that.
My choice was Greece. You
Yeah.
can have a boat
Amen.
ride through Greek mythology, and you can have a cameo from Hercules and bring him in.
Hercules.
You can have some Euros and a Greek yogurt bar. Shout out to Christine. You know you like that. The Pantheon aside with the white and blue style buildings, I think that would be an easy layup. So that was my vote. So listeners, vote on our social media which pitch wins, and don't forget to submit your own. What country would you like to see in the World Showcase? So there you have it, guys. 5 countries that almost made the World Showcase. Even more incredible. Makes you wonder what EPCOT was going to look like in another 40 years. But speaking of what's actually there now, let's play a game called Truth or Pooh.
True or poo?
Are you ready?
True. Up 1-0.
Dang.
All right, I'm going to give you a storyline, and you tell me whether you think it's true or poo. Morocco's pavilion was blessed by the king
Poo.
of Morocco.
True.
Carter just heard the word Morocco and said poo.
True. It's 100% correct. King Hussein II actually sent his own artisans to create the pavilion. It took a lot of care was put into the Morocco pavilion. I believe I'm correct.
Yes, this one is absolutely truth, and it's cooler than it sounds. It's the only pavilion that was sponsored by an actual government. Sam has referenced King Hassan II didn't just bless it. He sent specific craftsmen from Morocco to ensure every tile, every piece of woodwork, every architectural detail was authentic. The level of detail in this country, it really is insane. To me, it stands out as far as like
a lot of effort was put in, and I really, really appreciate how deep it is. When you go into Italy, you realize how far back these go. But in Morocco, it's like this nice winding street with these shops in the back. People do not take advantage of Morocco. Man, Jasmine's back there all the time. It's so cool to go back there and see that. There's a camel ride. It's cool. Well, we'll get there when we get to Morocco. But anyway.
Cast members who work there often talk about how guests from Morocco come there and feel so proud and even emotional about seeing it. Even the plants in the courtyard garden are species found in Morocco. So next time you're walking through Morocco, remember you're experiencing actual Moroccan craftsmanship, not just Disney Imagineering. Pretty special. All right, story number 2. The Eiffel Tower replica is exactly 1/10 scale to the true Eiffel Tower.
True.
It is indeed true. The real Eiffel Tower is 1,083 feet tall, and Epcot's version is 103 feet. Math checks out, almost exactly 1/10 scale.
Pop.
But here's the kicker. It had to be that size because Disney used forced perspective to make it look bigger. If you look carefully, the Eiffel Tower appears to be farther away than it actually is. Creates that illusion that you're looking across a Parisian plaza. It's the same trick that they use in Main Street, USA. Buildings get smaller as they go up to look taller. Disney magic at its finest. All right, moving on. Number 3, the koi fish in Japan cost more than most cars, Carter.
I know those things get really expensive for no reason, so I'm going to say that's true.
So this one's about Japan. The koi fish swimming around the Japanese pavilion cost more than most people's cars. Some are valued at over $50,000 each. Champion koi can sell for insane amounts of money. There have been koi that sold for over $1 million. Now, I don't know if Disney's kois are that expensive, but high-quality Japanese koi from good bloodlines, easily $10,000 to $50,000. Koi breeding is a huge deal in Japanese culture. Color, pattern, size, body shape, they all matter. Some koi, Carter, can live for over 100 years. Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
So when you're taking selfies by that pond, you're standing next to what might be a luxury car fish in fish form. So don't tap on the glass. Disney has to maintain water quality, temperature, everything for these fish. There are even cast members whose entire jobs are caring for the animals in the World Showcase.
Well, all right.
Story number 4 gets a little Indiana Jones for you. The Stave Church in Norway is a replica of a real Norwegian stave church, and inside it, Disney hides actual Viking artifacts on loan from Norwegian museums. Truth or poo?
Poo.
This one is indeed poo, but I understand why you think it's true. It's an exact replica of a real stave church. It's based on the Gaul stave church from the 1200s, and inside there is a gallery with Norwegian cultural exhibits, but they're not actually ancient artifacts. They're reproductions and modern cultural displays. Thought that was pretty cool.
What do you think of that, Trebek?
All right, here's one. Cast members in each pavilion are actually from those countries.
That's true.
True or poo?
True.
Actually, this one is mostly tale. Here's the real story. Disney does have a cultural representative program where they hire people from these countries to work in the pavilions, usually for a 12-month contract, but not every cast member is from that country. They make up 30 to 50% of the pavilion staff. The rest are regular Disney cast members, often locals from Florida. So yes, your servant at Le Cellier might be actually from Canada, but the person at the register might be from Orlando. So cultural reps wear special name tags that show their home country and city. They're there to share their culture, answer questions, and teach the guests. It's a really cool program. Young people from around the world get to work at Disney World. So it's something maybe we can apply for one day.
Muscle up, Buttercup.
All right, I think I got one more for you. There's a marriage proposal spot in every single pavilion. True or poo?
True.
I'll go poo.
It is poo. There's no official proposal spot marked by hidden Mickeys in every pavilion, but here's the thing. People propose at World Showcase all the time. World Showcase is super romantic, especially at night. Popular proposal spots include Morocco, Fountain Courtyard, the France Bridge by the Eiffel Tower, Japanese Gardens, and Italian waterfront.
Are you kidding me?
So listeners, how'd you do? Did any of these surprise you? Let us know on social media which ones you got right. And if you got your own truth or poo stories from the World Showcase, send them our way. We might feature them in a future episode. All right. Sam, what you got?
We're going to go through all the countries here, all 11 countries,
All right.
and we're going to talk a little bit about them. Not spend a ton of time, but just talk, the big highlights.
Sure.
The highlights for us are rides, restaurants, monuments, and some shopping.
Yeah. I'm with it.
And some fun facts. Carter loves a fun fact.
He does.
So I bet he's got a few. We're going to start in the proper order. Start with Mexico.
Okay.
Mexico is probably my favorite of all of the countries in Epcot. That starts with the ride. I do love the Grand Fiesta Tour with the 3 caballeros. That is a specific memory I have from going with you guys when Carter and Jackson were kids. And first time I'd ever been with you guys, really first time I'd ever really been. And man, we had such a good time. I love Donald Duck. The ride is fun. You know, the big monument there at the Mexico Pavilion is the Mesoamerican Pyramid, right? It is an imposing structure.
Yeah.
And inside they do such a good job of, you go in like the marketplace and it looks huge.
Right.
It just looks like you are under the darkness, under the stars. It's beautiful inside. They really kind of take the whole pavilion and put it inside that pyramid.
Right.
Now they have the San Angel Inn restaurant. They also have La Hacienda San Angel as well. That's outside. But I love the San Angel Inn. Great restaurant. Great bang for your buck. Yeah, you do have to get a reservation most of the time. But man, in terms of like easy stuff, they have chips and salsa that you can eat. It's unlimited, so it's a good bang for your buck. I'm thinking about things that you could do. You're also sitting by a ride. So I love that. And like, yeah, it's not the most fun part of the ride, but it's a fun thing. You've also got outside a great picture spot with Donald and with Daisy in their Mexico outfits. And really just in terms of shopping, they got the beautiful marketplace. We don't really ever buy anything there, but it's fun to walk around in there. It's beautiful in there. Love Mexico. They have mariachi band. It's always fun. A fun, festive way.
Yeah. High energy.
It's easy. Yeah. Next up would be Norway, which I also have. We stationed these out, so I'm not going to say all of these, I promise.
No, you're good.
Next up is Norway. Carter, what do you feel about Norway? Do you like Norway?
I like Norway.
Yeah, why?
Just cool to be in. Good ride.
You like the ride?
I like the music.
What is the ride?
The ride is, of course, Frozen Ever After.
Yeah. What was it originally? Do you remember?
Maelstrom, the Viking
Maelstrom.
ride.
Yes.
Hot take.
I miss it.
It should go back to Maelstrom.
Yeah,
I know it never will because of IP, but it should go back to Maelstrom.
Yeah.
Again, it's one of those that the actual ride itself did not change. The theming did. So it's still the same in its mechanics, but I love the Maelstrom when it would like, you come out and like you're going to go out into all the people and then it will like shift the little track and you go back down the big drop. But that's a great ride too. I love it. Miss it.
Yeah.
A ride that good had no business being in Norway.
Really?
It
was that good?
It's so overlooked. I loved it.
Yeah. They've obviously gone all in on Frozen.
Yeah. They
Right.
had to. How can you not?
Yeah, they've got Anna and Elsa meeting place right there. By the way, a little fun fact that Norway, they raised $30 million for this because this is one of the later editions, it's not one of the original 9.
Okay.
So just like Morocco, they raised money and their country put these in. So the crown prince, Harald V of Norway, came and dedicated the pavilion himself.
How about that?
It was broadcast live in Norway for everybody to see it.
It's a big deal for them.
People were very, very excited about Norway. And I do feel like this is the country with the most actually Norwegians working there.
I would agree with that.
They are all over the place. They are super excited.
Super
they are
friendly.
super kind. Yes, very friendly.
I'd probably argue America probably has the most Americans if we're ranking, but sorry.
Touche, Carter.
Touche. Carter, you're so smart. How are you so brilliant?
Well, I'm not going to give that away.
Oh my gosh.
I don't have a skull.
So anyway, but yeah, Norway, it's really beautiful. And like Jamie said earlier, it's got the Stave Church, the statue of Olaf II Haraldsson out front. Akershus house has
very popular.
That's the princess dining hall. So again, really doing the princesses and Anna and Elsa.
You might want to check the menu before you book that though.
Yeah, for sure.
If you have picky eaters.
Yeah, kids aren't going to eat a lot there, but yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful country.
Yeah.
Oh, can I say this about Norway? Do you remember this, Jamie? That there was a full-scale Viking ship. You remember that?
Do not.
There was a full-scale Viking ship that was like a kid's play area, and they dismantled that
Never
about
heard of
10,
that.
15 years ago.
They also grow grass on the roofs.
Yeah, it's true.
Like
grass.
in the pavilion part or like
Yeah.
out by the water?
I think out by the water.
I don't remember that.
Yeah.
Interesting.
The ship is ours!
Moving on in our worldwide journey,
Ooh.
really our European and Asian journey, we go to China. Going to dip into the Asian culture here.
This one's massive.
It is very big, a lot of very cool buildings.
The country of China is objectively large as well, so it makes sense.
True that.
No rides, unfortunately. They do have some attractions. They have the Reflections of China show, which kind of dives into the history of China and things like that. And it's a 360-degree theater, which is pretty cool.
Have you watched that before, Carter?
No.
I'm putting that on you because I know I haven't. Jamie, have you done it?
I have. And I'll tell you what's cool about it too, is it predates IMAX. So the technology that they use to film this is pretty cool. And you sit in the middle of the room and it's completely surrounding you. But anyway.
Circle vision.
Yeah.
You can meet Mulan, and then they have shops as well. House of Good Fortune, where you can get apparel, things like that. I think one of the more enticing things, not for me, but for people in general, is the dining options. They have a tea cart, Joy of Tea.
Mm-hmm.
They have the Nine Dragons restaurant, which is their sit-down, like, kind of fancier restaurant.
Expensive, yeah.
And then they have, like, a Panda Express kind of restaurant in Lotus Blossom Cafe with, like, orange chicken, teriyaki chicken.
I didn't know that.
That kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
really cool architecture. Is this where the Terracotta Army was?
It was.
Yeah, that was one of the coolest things. I'm not huge on China culture or like Japanese culture, but when I was young, they had a huge like terracotta army. That was some way somehow like meaningful to their culture.
Yeah,
I
it was
guess,
associated with their military. If I remember correctly, like it was like a sign of how powerful that emperor was. And not only would they bury him, but they would represent his army size with the different terracotta army pieces and that kind of thing. So
I mean,
the
like,
bigger the display, the more powerful he was.
hundreds of them.
Yeah.
But that's not there anymore. I think that China took it back. They let a bit Disney
it was
borrow it,
very
or they
interesting.
rented it, or something like that, and they took it back. Yeah, that's China.
All right, let's talk a little bit about Germany. It's one of the more popular pavilions because, let's face it, most people like beer and pretzels, but there's a lot more going on there that people miss. Germany is probably one of the most stacked food option places. They have the Beer Garden restaurant, which is a buffet-style German food with live entertainment. It's one of my bucket lists. The menu may not be the most desirable, but it's still a very fun place. It looks like high energy and somewhere I'd like to eat. The pavilion itself is designed to look like you're in a German village at twilight. Even the sky is painted. They have Summerfest, which is their quick service. I don't even have a clue how to pronounce this, but they have the caramel shop. That's so important to our family.
Caramel Kusha.
There you go. Thank you. It's a hidden gem.
Werther's, baby.
It's a caramel shop, and the smell alone will pull you in. Fresh caramel made on site with caramel apples, caramel popcorn, Werther's products. They have some large pretzels there. As far as attractions, here's the thing. It has no rides, and there's a story behind that. The ride that never was the Rhine River Cruise. It was supposed to have a boat ride through the Rhine River Valley. It's going to show castles, vineyards, and villages. But, again, a cut for budget reasons. There's a walled-off area in the back of the pavilion where the ride queue would have been. So it's a lot of food, a lot of attractions, and a lot of drinking. They have some really unique shopping there, some toy shops, some really high-end crystal glassware type places. Its defining feature is definitely that village square atmosphere. It's designed to look like a Bavarian town during a festival. With lots of different representations. And we mentioned earlier on a podcast, the model train display, which is probably my favorite thing in all of the World Showcase. Massive model train display. Some people go right by it, but I love watching it. I love just kind of chilling out right there. So a lot of fun in Germany is to be had by a lot of people. One of the more popular countries, I would say. That's the country of Germany.
Yeah, it's a beautiful one. Snow White's there if you ever want to meet Snow White.
Yep, with the wishing well.
Yeah, very, 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 very popular area. I enjoy Germany. I know Emily enjoys Germany. It's probably her favorite one.
Yeah.
So.
I know during the festivals, the 4 festivals they have through the years or throughout the year, it's always slammed. You can't even hardly get anything in.
Next up is Italy. Again, no rides. But their main sort of building is an 83-foot tall bell tower.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually an authentic replica of the original in St. Mark's Square.
Okay.
It's pretty cool. Obviously super detail-oriented. It's quite the spectacle, if I do say so myself.
Yeah.
Good.
A lot of people like to sit around it. I know that.
Yeah, good photo op there.
Yeah.
No rides, but dining is probably one of the more prominent things there. Obviously, Italy, you think pizza. Via Napoli, sit-down pizza place. I haven't been there, but I've heard it's pretty good.
Yes.
They have a bar, it's like lounge area called Tutto Gusto, with just kind of sitting around drinking and maybe some kind of like snack or appetizer type deal. And then your Tutto Italia Ristorante.
Good job.
Thank you, I guess.
You have some Italian heritage in you.
I do. Sort of like their fancy Olive Garden. It's where you're going to get your Italian food, like your pasta, your lasagnas, your that kind of stuff. Some attractions. Home of the world-renowned Sergio the Juggler.
Okay.
You guys know about him?
I do not. Tell us.
He's a juggler.
Okay. Touche.
Is he world renowned?
Is his name Sergio?
That's all he has.
Okay.
They have an art shop, a wine shop, again, like classic Italian things, and then they also have a Venetian mask shop, which is pretty cool. Like the art behind those and the history behind those is pretty interesting.
Nice.
So,
Can y'all give me the skinny? Is the pizza good back there?
The Via Napoli pizza is very good. I wouldn't say it's anything better than
Johnny's.
Oh, no, it's better than Johnny's. I think where they get people, Sam, is it's so big.
Yeah.
It's very large. There's lots to eat. And it's kind of a hit or miss place. People either, it's on both sides of the spectrum. People really like it or they really don't. I'm not going to say I enjoy it more than maybe some of our local pizza places. But, if you like pizza, you're going to like it. It's nothing earth shattering about it.
Yeah, it's definitely one that I have. Via Napoli is one of the places I've wanted to eat for a while. Just never done it. So maybe next time.
Yep.
We'll see. Especially with Mama Melrose gone.
That's right.
R.I.P.
Car, is that it for Italy?
Yeah, that's all I got.
All right.
Well, nestled perfectly between Germany and Italy and Japan is the United States of America, uniting all countries.
There we go.
It is the host country, the host pavilion of the World Showcase, as we know, because we're in America. And, I think people really overlook the American pavilion. People aren't like, I don't want to go back there to America. Because most, let's say 60% of people going there are from America.
Right.
But, man, the show at the American Pavilion is great. The American Adventure is
Wonderful.
spectacular.
Wonderful.
30-plus minutes. It's got great animatronics. I think it's over 30 animatronics.
Wow.
It's really, really good.
Yeah.
If you have not seen that, if you like history at all, love America, or are just hot, you need to go to the American Adventure attraction. It's spectacular. The two hosts are who? Carter, you remember?
Nope.
Benjamin Franklin and
Thomas Edison.
Mark Twain. They're great. The whole thing.
I should have said like Charles Dickens or something like that.
And it's one of those, like, you start off with the theater, Sam,
Not
and it,
American.
opens up and it goes further around and further around. The acoustics in that room are magical.
Perfect. It's perfect. And I know with the 250th anniversary of the U.S. coming up, it's going to be special over there in the American
And I think what you have to remember, you already pointed out that most people back there are Americans, but the people that are from foreign countries, I think they enjoy going back there.
Well, they love the American Adventure. I would bet most of the people there are learning about American history from other countries. The pavilion is the big colonial style house, kind of reminiscent of Independence Hall. For perspective, it's supposed to look like it's 5 stories, but it's really only 2.5 stories. Mm-hmm. You've got the Regal Eagle there to eat, the smokehouse.
Yeah.
It's Muppet themed. Didn't really know that.
I didn't either.
It is what it says.
It has the Sam the Eagle on it.
That's a good point.
Oh.
It's got the Liberty Theater. It's got the American Heritage Gallery. 2 big things is you've got your performers almost every hour. The Voices of Liberty.
Heck yeah, bud.
We love the Voices of Liberty. They're
do.
great. If you have not taken time to listen to them, they are very, very good.
Yep. And it does matter where you sit when you listen to them.
Absolutely. Because they usually do in the rotunda, and you can kind of hear different things in there. And obviously, the other big part is the American Gardens Theater, which is the big amphitheater where they have they host all of the
Candlelight
the
processionals.
The candlelight processional is there, during Christmas, and they have all the shows during the summer.
Yeah, which are free.
They're free, and you can always go. So it's man, I do really love and I am wearing today.
You are.
That's a dope shirt.
Yeah, it's a great shirt. Great Christmas present from Jamie and Chrissy. My American Adventure Epcot World Showcase
I'd like to
t-shirt.
post that on TikTok later.
It's a good shirt. Next up will be Japan. I've also got Japan, and I'm going to say of the countries that I have visited, I really enjoy exploring Japan.
Do you?
It goes really deep in Epcot. It goes very, very deep back there. Man, it has so many cool things to buy. I think that's like the big...
store's massive.
The store's humongous. It goes like 2 or 3 different areas. It's really, really cool. So the 2 monuments, right, are the Japanese pagoda. It's based off of a specific temple. I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce it. And then the Torii Gate, which is on the water, that faces out into the lagoon. A couple of restaurants. The very, very, very expensive Tepanedo.
Yeah, I think it's the second most expensive place in Disney World.
Yeah, it is very, very nice. And then you've got the cafe. You've got the garden house with sake. Again, it's called the Mitsukoshi Department Store.
Gotcha.
And that has all of the cool things. Now, this is crazy. Do you know originally It was going to be they were going to have an indoor roller coaster that was
No.
based on Mount Fuji.
Really?
Well, that was one of the ideas the Imagineers had. Very, very similar to the Matterhorn bobsleds.
That makes sense.
At one point, Godzilla was considered.
Okay.
Fujifilm was going to sponsor the ride, but Kodak, who, as we know, is a big Disney supporter,
Right.
convinced them to cancel that. So it's really Kodak's fault
Yeah.
that Fujifilm didn't get involved. Another attraction was a walkthrough version, like a Circle Vision. You would board a Shinkansen, which is the bullet train, and explore Japan.
Nice.
But ended up with Tokyo Disneyland opening up, they kind of nixed any Disney themed Japan rides because they're like, oh, just go to Tokyo Disneyland, you know. So that's Japan. I enjoy it. It's beautiful. If you want to shop for weird food, and again, weird for us, different foods and toys, try that department store.
Yeah. I'll add one thing about the pagoda. If it's one of the most sought after picture moments or picture opportunities in the World Showcase, if you stand under the pagoda, it lines up perfectly with the Spaceship Earth golf ball in Epcot. It's a really good photo op there.
That's right.
All right, next up is what we're going to call the crown jewel of authenticity. I'm not going to hit it too hard just because we mentioned it earlier. But Morocco, we talked about it a lot, but we're going a little bit deeper in it. It has some food options. The restaurant Marrakesh, which is their table service. They have the Tangerine Cafe, which is more of their quick service. The Spice Road table, which is the one on the waterfront. That's the one Chrissy and I have been to a couple of times with the hummus fries and calamari and some hummus trio. That's really, really good. Does not have a traditional attraction, but the entire pavilion is the attraction because of the authenticity that we talked about earlier. It does have some live entertainment. The Moroccan, get it? Moroccan live band playing Moroccan influenced rock music. I haven't seen them there often, but when I do, people seem to gather around and really enjoy that. So if you catch that, stop and watch it. It's really some talented people and a lot of interaction with the crowd. Some unique shops that represent different Moroccan cities. Has a hidden courtyard, which is considered the hidden gem of Morocco. Most people miss it entirely. So when you enter the pavilion, if you take the alley to the left, you'll find a peaceful fountain courtyard with mosaic tiles and carved arches. This is where you can kind of go where it's a little quiet, a little cooler back there, perfect for photos and that type of thing. Again, some other shops that are back there, some carpet rugs that you can purchase. But again, the defining feature is its authenticity. It's not a Disney version of Morocco. It's Morocco's version of Morocco. Again, blessed by the king and built by the Moroccan craftspeople. So that's Morocco.
Yeah, there's a camel ride exhibit, the Race Against the Sun. That was fun. Ridden that a couple times. Otherwise, it just kind of feels empty. You have that street vibe at the front of Morocco where you definitely feel the street vendors. It feels very authentic to what the Moroccan experience is. And I feel like that's the crown jewel of that. Unfortunately, the restaurant Marrakesh has been closed now for a while. It's just been lack of demand, I think. Yeah. People just haven't been going. Next up, Francais, who again, I love World Showcase. I do love France. Again, another one like Morocco where it is beautiful in the front and then it goes very deep in the back. Obviously, the big ride that France has is Remy's Ratatouille Adventure. 2017 it was announced, opened a couple years later. That is a very, very cool ride. The thing that I really love about France, and I've been to Paris. I was lucky enough to go to Paris when I was a kid. This is very much what France is like. The beautiful restaurant at the front, and I'm forgetting the name of that restaurant.
Chefs de France.
Yeah, Chefs de France. Looks exactly like a beautiful corner restaurant would look. You have the alleyways, you have the shops that interconnect, which all shops in Disney World interconnect, but that colonnade all the way to the back where you go to the patisserie and La Crêperie and Monsieur Paul's, all that place is so beautiful. We mentioned on another episode how much I love the baguettes, and I do. We get the bonbons. What do we get Chrissy every time from there? We get something.
She likes the stuffed
macaroons.
Yeah.
She likes the macaroons from France. And it's really, again, it's just beautiful to walk through.
Very peaceful.
To sit in. The only thing that disrupts that peace is the Remy's Ratatouille line.
Right.
But otherwise, the rest of that is shielded. And you really can walk through and just stroll through it and just really enjoy it. Especially every day there, I know even when it's hot, it feels like fall there because it's nice and shaded, thin alleyways where you can just walk through. Right. I don't know. I just feel at home in the France pavilion. It's probably my favorite one.
It's one of those too that once you started in Mexico and you kind of make it's more than halfway, but it's also kind of just a good like, hey, let's sit down and rest for a second in the areas that you're talking about, Sam.
Yeah, and the movie that they have there is Impressions de France. It's a panoramic film. It's beautiful. It's been there since the first day of EPCOT.
Interesting.
It's got the music of Debussy and Saint-Saëns. It's got a lot of this art. It has just the beauty of France. Now that also switches out with the Beauty and the Beast sing along, which happened. We went for about 5 minutes and realized it was just karaoke.
Right.
And so we left.
But the kids a bit enjoyed it, I bet.
For the 5 minutes we stayed, yes. Yeah. And they were eager to move on.
Gotcha.
Next up would be the United Kingdom. Cotto, what you got?
So United Kingdom, I'm looking at it on the map. I think this might be one of like the bigger, like most area countries. They have 2 restaurants. They have the Rose and Crown, which is a very expensive like sit down place, and then a little quick serve fish and chip spot.
Yeah,
as well, the Yorkshire County Fish Shop. They also have a pub, typical British pub where you walk in, have a few drinks with the lads, and throw some back. I don't do that, so I don't know the words for that. Anyway, no rides, but they do have a lot of shops with different British culture and things like that. And then attraction wise, did you know you can meet Winnie the Pooh in the?
Oh yeah,
yes,
we love to meet Winnie.
He's
the Pooh
very tucked away,
and Eeyore
in the back
sometimes.
And then you can also meet Alice from Alice in Wonderland.
Nice.
Toy shops, souvenir shops. I remember we got some pretty cool ornaments from one of their shops last time we went.
Get soccer jerseys there too, Carter.
Soccer jerseys as well. So a lot of space, not a whole lot there though, for being honest.
2023, 3 years ago now. Almost. Yes, it's 2026.
Correct.
Did you know? Jamie may not know this either. There was a expansion announced for the United Kingdom Pavilion.
No.
It was going to be called Cherry Tree Lane. It was going to feature a Mary Poppins ride.
Okay.
We haven't heard anything about it in 3 years. It's been since March 22nd. We haven't heard anything about it. So usually the indefinite delay means it's canceled.
Yeah.
But that was pretty cool. And yeah, you get to meet Mary Poppins back there as well. I love the United Kingdom. Again, it's a place that is just fun to walk around. It's peaceful. It's got the gardens and the maze.
Yeah.
And it's fun.
Cool.
Yeah. Last but certainly not least is America's Hat.
That's right. The Great White North's hidden tranquility of Canada. We're kind of ending up at the end, literally. Canada is the last pavilion in World Showcase if you're going clockwise. And because of that, a lot of people skip it or rush through. It's a big mistake, in my opinion. Let's talk about food first. Canada has one major dining spot. That is the Le Cellier Steakhouse, which we've talked about multitude of times with a signature dish of steak, wild mushroom risotto. It literally means the cellar in French, and the restaurant is designed to look like a wine cellar. When I tell you it's tucked away, it's absolutely tucked away. Sam, do you think it's worth the hype and the price?
Of Le Cellier?
Yes.
Love Le Cellier.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the staples of us going to EPCOT is Le Cellier. And each time, we're like, we're going to try something new. We end up at Le Cellier.
How would you?
It's beautiful back there.
So if you can get a reservation and you love steak, do it. Sometimes you can even get walk up, depending on the time of day. That pretzel bread alone is good stuff. Outside, quick service options. They have the popcorn cart, which has the maple covering on the popcorn. During the festivals, you have the poutine booth, Canadian beer. That's one of the really popular spots during the Food and Wine Festival because it also has some of the features of Le Cellier out there for far cheaper. Attraction-wise, has the far and wide and circle vision 360, kind of like China. It's a celebratory Canadian video featuring Martin Short and Catherine O'Hara from Schitt's Creek. You stand in the middle, surrounded by a screen showing Canadian landscapes. Really, really cool. They updated it in 2020, so it's a lot better than it used to be. And it's also air conditioned. Shopping wise, so it has the Northwest Mercantile, which has maple syrup, hockey jerseys, plush toys, and art. And you can buy real Canadian syrup there. Also, hidden gem in the back are the waterfalls. People don't even know this is back there. If you see the sign for Le Cellier and you stay to the right, you'll hear the waterfalls coming. If you go back there, some great picture opportunities right there. It is legitimately big waterfalls, and people don't even know about it. So I love taking pictures there. It's definitely a defining feature of what makes Canada so awesome to me. And so, again, I think Canada's one of those perfect cool down spots. Sit by the waterfall, catch your breath, watch the film, take a bite to eat at Le Cellier, and have a good time. So that's it, guys. Hey, we did it. We made it all the way around.
Loved it.
I am wonderful.
Good job.
I love the World
Good job,
Showcase.
guys.
It's great.
I think one of the knocks on the World Showcase is not necessarily very kid friendly. Like it is probably more geared towards adults, but something they do have is KidCot. And so each country, there's a KidCot location where you can kind of fill out your passport, do different activities or challenges that kind of go along with that country. If you have young ones, that's something to look for as well.
Yeah. And there is a really cool EPCOT passport book that you can buy. It looks like a real passport. They can go and get their stamps, just like Cara was saying. Brings a little more adventure to the experience. And again, part of the fun of EPCOT and part of the fun of having kids is helping kids slow down and enjoy that. And that's a taught thing. It's a learned thing. So take the time to go through the countries slowly and just breathe, because it is worth the time.
Yeah. That's right.
Nothing will stand in our way. I will finish what you started.
Can we do a blind ranking before we go?
By the way, anytime we need to lengthen a podcast, just tell Emily she can be on and she will stay as long as we want.
Never tell me the odds.
I'd like to welcome Emily back. Emily, how are you?
I'm doing good, Carter. I'm better now that I'm here with you guys.
Yeah. This is the best place to be.
Yeah.
Where else would you rather be than right here, right now?
Well, I was helping Chrissy put up Christmas trees, so
You're welcome.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Cut you out of that.
Well, this episode has kind of been geared around the World Showcase, and we're going to close it off with a blind ranking. And this blind ranking is ranking the World Showcase countries based off if you got trapped in one of these countries for 24 hours, which ones would you want to stay in?
Okay.
Like the real country, or are you talking
like
the showcase?
in Epcot, like there's some for some reason you can't get out. Which country would you want to stay in?
Great.
Okay?
How many are we doing?
5.
Okay.
Am I playing?
Let's just
Yes.
do all 11.
No.
I'm just
No,
kidding. Number 1, the United Kingdom.
Is 5 the worst and 1's
5
the
is the
best?
worst. Like you would least want to stay at 5.
I'm going to go 2.
2.
Interesting.
I love like the little garden area. I remember when we went with Mom one time, there was like a little Beatles
That was
fake
fun.
band.
Yeah, a little tribute band.
And so like you could just sit and sort of chill for a little bit. Winnie the Pooh is there.
He is.
So
Yeah. Okay.
Very good. Sam?
I'd probably put that at 4. And I do love the United Kingdom, but man, I just don't eat fish and chips, and I just don't think the food options there would be perfect for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna split the middle on this. I'm gonna put it at 3. I'm indifferent about it. I do like the fact how big it is, but I wouldn't say there's a lot to do there. There's no shows. It's really kind of the food, and that's about it, and some shopping. So I'll put that in the middle at number 3.
All right. Next up is Norway.
I will put that at number 4. I'm not a hater on Norway, but I'm not a huge. I don't have a little girl other than Hadley. So the whole Frozen thing's kind of lost on me at this point. The food doesn't interest me whatsoever. I'm not a big drinker, so I'll put that at 4.
I said 4 last time. Ugh. I'm going to say Norway 3 just because there's a ride. Yeah, I feel the same with Jamie about the food. Probably definitely less enthused about the food than even the United Kingdom, but there's a ride, so I'll bump it up to 3. Give me something to do.
I'm going 3 as well, just for the had. You can meet Anna and Elsa there, and also there's a ride. The food looks terrible, but
Yeah. One of the smaller countries.
Yeah, it feels like it.
Not a lot of room to work with. But
Yeah.
Next up is Canada.
I'll go first on this one. I'll definitely go 2 on Canada, and that is because of Le Cellier.
Yeah.
But also, there's a lot of Canada I have not explored. Like, I have not gone back there and done the Canada far and wide. I have not explored the...
That will be a monumental day in this podcast.
Yeah, if I go
history
see far
when
and
you
wide.
go see Canada far and wide.
When I go do go see the waterfalls. So I'll put it as 2. I think it'd be a really, really fun one to go explore a little.
I'm going to put that at number 1 because of Le Cellier. I love the waterfalls. I just talked about it. I love the shop in there. There's a lot of like nooks and crannies to it. And they also have a bandstand out in front that will play some really cool kind of rock and roll music, as well as some like country music, just a little bit more eclectic, a little more versatile music aspects. A lot of snacking to do in there. It's very shaded over there, actually. It's one of the few countries that I would say is shaded. So I'm going to put that all the way to number 1.
Wow.
I'm going 4. I can't give away my number 1 spot, even for Le Cellier. There's no ride. Canada, it's America's top hat. You know what I'm saying? So,
Okay. Next up is Italy.
is there an Italy there?
Yeah, boy.
My thoughts exactly.
News to Emily. Well, we have not spent a lot of time in Italy. I do want to eat at Via Napoli and eat that pizza. But I'm just thinking about the ones that are left. And I think of all the ones that are left, I would want to be there more than I would want to be in Italy, except for one.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go Italy at 5.
Gotcha.
No offense to Italy or Italians. It's beautiful there.
Yeah.
It's your Morocco.
No thanks.
If this was anybody but Carter hosting this blind ranking, I would put it at 5, but I have a feeling I know him pretty well as far as what he's going to choose. So I'm going to put Italy at number 2. It's very large. There's a ton of shops in there. The pizza alone and the kind of the higher end, what Carter called the Olive Garden spinoff, is there. I do like the tower there. It's on the water, which they're all on the water technically, but Italy kind of
is more on the
embraces
water.
that. Has some seating right there by the water. So I will take I'll take Italy at number 2. And
How is there not a gondola
See,
ride there?
I feel like they should have leaned into the water more.
How is there not a gondola? Makes no sense.
I'm going 5. I didn't even know Italy was a country there.
All right. What you got last, Carter?
Last is France.
Oh,
Okay.
easy number 1. Yeah, France for sure for me. I'd be more than happy with France being number 1. I've got my baguettes. I've got my Remy's, and I think I would definitely try some food there. I said earlier, it's probably one of my favorites beside Mexico. Beautiful place to walk around. You've got a show, you've got a ride. What else can you ask for?
Yeah, I'm going 1 as well. We spend a good amount of time in France. Sam loves, like he said, his baguettes. I love the creme brulee there.
That's it.
And it sort of feels like I've never been to France, and I kind of don't feel like I need to go. Whenever you're back tucked away in that little corner, I'm as good as there.
That's what I
There you
said.
go.
Did I not say it earlier?
He did say that.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
so Remy's not my favorite ride, but it's fun. It's kid friendly, and so it's always a good way to start the day at Epcot.
Yeah. I only have number 5 left, so I have to go there. I regret that, but I don't know that I would very much off of my list, but I'm not a hater on France. We spend a lot of time back there as well. I do like Remy's, and so I'll round it out at number 5.
Very nice. Let me hear y'all's list one more time.
So first I had Canada, 2 I had Italy, 3 I had the UK, 4 I had Norway, and 5 I had France.
My 1 was France, 2 was UK, number 4 was Canada, and number 5 was Italy. Who knew that was
You just
there?
didn't know it was there.
I still don't know what my 5 was. Five was probably Norway. No,
Yours was
China.
Italy.
Say China.
Oh.
China is
Canada,
in there.
Italy, UK, Norway, France.
I think we had pretty much the same.
Yeah, that was pretty close to Emily.
Just rewind the pod if you don't remember their list.
Yeah, that's it.
There's the blind ranking. All right, friends, we've made it. We've traveled through lost countries, busted myths, and explored all 11 incredible pavilions of the World Showcase. I thought I knew the World Showcase, so now there's a list of everything that we need to make sure that we check out on our next trip. And I think that's what makes the World Showcase really special. It's not just about the rides or even the food or the drinks. It's all about connection. So here's what I want you to take away from today's episode. Next time you're at World Showcase, whether it's next week or next year, slow down. Talk to the cast members. Ask them about their hometowns. Try food you've never heard of. Wander down that alley you always walk past. Sit by a fountain and just take a breath. Because World Showcase isn't a checklist, it's an experience. And the best experiences happen when you're present. So Carter and Sam, thank you for going on this journey with us today. And thanks to Emily for popping in for our blind ranking. And to everyone listening, thank you for being here. Thank you for caring about all the details, the stories, the pixie dust that goes into creating those experiences. You are the reason we do this. And if you learned something today, or if we convinced you to finally check out that hidden courtyard in Morocco, let us know. Drop a comment, send us a message at tbmh25@gmail.com. Tag us on social media. And as always, make sure you subscribe to the podcast, leave us a review. It really helps us out. Tell all your Disney-loving friends. Share the episode with someone who's planning a trip to Epcot. Let's continue to build this community of people who appreciate the World Showcase for what it truly is. And before we go, I want to leave you with this. The world is big, beautiful, and full of wonder, but sometimes you don't have to travel thousands of miles to experience it. Sometimes it's waiting for you in a theme park in Florida, built with care by people who wanted to bring the world together. And that's pretty awesome. So thanks again. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep finding the magic in the details. And remember, there's always room for one more in the Big Mouse House.